I want to get these open. Let's see. What have we got? I think I'm going to do the left side because that's where the junction with the cable is. Now the kit, the name of which I can't remember, that Austrian Audio seems to be indicating is the replacement cushions for this, comes with a little screwdriver. So I'm guessing it'll be in here. I love that these are not glued in. That is nice, because they don't need to be. I mean, come on. Some kind of Torx in there. Is that gonna do it? Yeah, that'll do it. I like that the cloth is sort of more open on these than it was on the HI-X60, because it lets you see the driver. I always like to be able to look into the business end, you know? It's a lot of money in there. I'd hate to not be able to see it at all. Looks like it's probably 4 screws. Let's see. I'm pretty sure the ear pad goes around behind the frame for the driver, which is kind of irritating. But again, I like that you can open it up without having to worry about replacing any parts. In theory. I guess let's find out. That is out, it's just not falling out yet. That is out, it's just not falling out yet. How about you? There we go. Let's see, that is looser. Are these tricking me? Okay, I can get the cushion off. Oh my gosh, is it spring-loaded? What? Excuse me? What? Hang on, let's get to the bottom of this. What am I seeing here? Pretty sure I can get into this. So yeah, it's hard to see, but it's a spring-loaded mechanism that clamps down over the cushion. Well, we can't have that. How do you come apart, little buddy? Kinda. Wish I had a flashlight. Kinda looks like maybe those tabs have to go in a little bit. Let's get a special plastic tool. That is not moving at all. Oh. No, I'm not going to cut this. This is valuable content, I say as I hit the camera. I don't really want to break it. You can hear the springs. I mean, if nothing else, that is wacky, and I'm very entertained. I'm gonna look for an alternate source of light and see if I can figure more out about this. So, can see something in there with the light that I for some reason did not bring with me. Gently tease that up a little bit. It looks like it should be the center. Yes. Okay. If I can get it apart, you should be able to see what I just did. What part of this is spring-loaded? I am uncertain. Oh, but that is very cool. So, what was holding me up is these little hooks here, or they're opposite, loops, engage with these little hooks right there and right there. I think it's one on each side. And it sort of lets it come out a little bit. Trying to see what in here is spring-loaded. But you can see an interface board right there that the jack is definitely bolted to. Soldered to. Oh, there's little springs in there. I just noticed that. Okay. And on this end, I'm very excited, because that is definitely the ducting like the HI-X60s have. But it's got this little prong that sticks out that's got that weird sheer cloth vent on it there at the top surface. So it is designed to be similar in that nature. Yeah, you can see the hole in there. Right over there. Hang on, I have a stick that'd be good for pointing. Why am I not using it? Right in there. There's the little hole that it interfaces with. Oh, that's cool. They needed a bracket to mount the board for the cables that go to the other side. And so the thing they've used is a bit of the ducting that leads from in there to over here. Okay. Oh dear, the spring got loose. Let's see, it looks like it goes the big side down. Oh, I see, yeah, there's 3 of those. And again, like the 60s, we're seeing it's marked in multiple locations. So all of this was different left to right. That is interesting. Okay. I'm trying to say interesting less, because I don't think there's too much interest in me saying interesting repeatedly. There's more screws. What other nightmares can I wreak? What loosens when I loosen these? We might be able to get a closer look at the jack, which is it's at least the same style of proprietary jack that the 60 had. I'd like to see the locking mechanism on it. Let's see, the smart thing to do would probably be to remove the springs as well and set them aside so that they don't fall out unexpectedly. Let's see, the top group of screws is the outer frame. This will be the inner frame here. I believe at least a lot of these are interchangeable, so it doesn't matter much, but I'm still going to try to keep them all organized. Okay. Well, gotta take it apart now. Oh, I see. Let me get the springs out of here. They are all the same, it looks like. Okay. That's the other one. So, this holds the sort of ear cup onto that little silvery plastic part. There's 2 more Phillips head screws. Let me see about that. The rest of these have been Torx, so that's probably a good sign that it's okay to take that part apart, that it suddenly just has different screws on it. The computer's gone to sleep. Is it still recording? Yeah. I think. Okay. I guess we'll find out later. Maybe this has iPhone audio in this video. It's hard to get the gap open because the cable is knotted there. Let's see, that little guy. Eek. That's the connector. Oh god. That's the connector. And you can see maybe the little junction in there. There's a wire going to the other side. I can't do much to access that. Alright, well that's enough. Let's put this back together. Clip guy, I believe, went this way. Oh, okay, yeah, that's the actual locking connector. The only cable I have like this is the one I'm using on my monitors. So yeah, that little tiny notch guy right there, well, peg guy right there. That's what engages, I guess. That's pretty neat. Let's get this back together. Looks like those line up with those holes there. I expected to be able to get this apart a little more. I'd hoped it would make it more visible. Let's see, I think this pretty much has to be pretty much in place for that part there to go back. Look how tiny these screws are, that's crazy. I could zoom in. Why haven't I been zooming in the whole time? I'm really excited to see how this comes out. Oop, sorry. Hopefully I remember to cut that volume down in post. That's going back together. Good. Oop. You didn't see that. Make sure those are decently tight. Yep, yep, yep. These are a lot more complex to take apart than I was expecting. I thought they'd be more like the 60s, where it would just be like some screws and it comes apart. This is more in depth. I'm actually using like most of the little compartments of my screw tray here. Let's see, this was, let me make sure that hinge is going back together properly. Yeah, looks like that should do it. Good crunching noises. At this point, I've worked on cars long enough to know good crunching noises apart from bad crunching noises. Let's do one at the other corner. Might as well do it fancy. Do it by the proper methods. I really need brighter lights for these segments. That is not easy to see. It's not easy for me to see in real life, and this thing usually kicks the exposure down quite a lot when I'm filming video, which is Is what you want. I actually do think this is a pretty cool little construction method here. And I actually am less annoyed by it than the HI-X60 one, because realistically, the HI-X60s, you want like one of these to put the cushion back on anyway. You still need tools. And this has the benefit of being spring-loaded in an interesting way. But like nothing went missing, so. Let's see. Now, unless I'm mistaken, that's good and rigid, that's good. Unless I'm mistaken, it is time to put the springs back in. Big side goes down. Let's see, this guy, the little snorkel has to go into that notch with the hole. Careful, don't want to pinch anything. I bet this is going to be a good noise. Yeah! And she's back together, basically. Looks like the cable is routed well enough. So now, in this little gap, yeah. Oh neat, you can see the inside construction there. It's got like gym shorts material. I mean, ears are pretty sweaty, so that does make sense. You would want to use gym short material there. I always hate putting cushions back on. Gotta stretch it. It's never fun. Oh, computer's asleep again. Wake up. Gotta set that screensaver longer. Let's see, can you see in there? Probably. Yeah. I guess I spoke too soon saying I like this method. Let's see if I can get it back together. Well, this is just going relatively normally now. Hang on, what? Does it have like a top and bottom and I didn't notice? Well, that's on there. So now, we push this in, I guess, and start threading screws into it. Okay. This is so weird. I mean, like, everything I've looked at from not Austrian Audio has been built the same approximate way as far as how the cushions go on. This is a new level of weird over-engineering. I mean, I work on German cars by preference, so I mean, I like over-engineered. I think it's kind of cute. This is odd, though. This is really weird. Almost got it back together, and then we can test if it still works. That's my favorite part, guys. Only 14 minutes so far, hey. Let's see. Tight. 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 Boop. I really do like this little detail that you just sort of squish it in. Spread it out in there. Just a little bit of finesse. This cushion set is like 20 bucks, by the way. Maybe 25, assuming you can find somebody who sells it. And that is back together, ladies and gentlemen. How can I test this? I guess I can wear it. Is it working out of both sides? Yeah, sounds like it is. Yeah, hear it coming through the left, hear it coming through the right. We are good, ladies and gentlemen. Still works. Well, that was well and truly odd. I do feel like they can just build like a normal mechanism for putting the cushions on, but I guess maybe they're trying to avoid them coming off by accident, because that ain't coming off. That's on there real good. Let's see, it aesthetically looks fine. I'm not seeing any play in there anywhere. Yeah, I think that worked out okay. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you have a nice evening.